What's up, world? Media Girl Robin E here, checking in live. We at the Maconomics Summit. Setup is crazy. I'm here backstage, you know what I'm saying, media room, because I'm media.
Just a couple of comments that you made behind the scenes. Thank you so much, man. Listen, we're gonna have an amazing agenda today. My older brother was up. Which one do you think is more important? And yeah, what's up? Chicago, it's good to be back in Chicago. Y'all make some noise for my brother.
What's up, everybody? It's your media girl, Robin E, checking in live from the Maconomics Summit today. I have one of the moderators here with me that did a phenomenal job on stage. We have Chris here in the building. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for wanting to interview me. I feel honored.
Girl, you did your thing. Of course I got to interview you.
Thank you.
And did you go to the all-white party?
I did. Did you? It was sensational, seeing all those beautiful black people with all white on. You know, white just makes all the melanin pop, so loved it.
So as far as generational wealth, we are trying to encourage the youth to get more involved with that. What do you think, in your opinion, are some of those first steps people can take when they want to create that, whether that be stocks or bonds or businesses? What would be your opinion?
So I actually invest in real estate. So I flip, I hold, I own. I think I'm at 15 doors now in Detroit. Yeah, so I buy low, I hold, I refinance. I do the Burr method. But my suggestion is to find someone you want to be like. It's hard when the people around you are limited. Find someone you admire and pick their brain and learn from them. That's always my go-to, because you don't know how to do something unless it's relatable.
Now, lastly, once you preserve the wealth,
yes,
there's always a problem on how to keep it, how to multiply it, how to sustain it. Yeah. So in your opinion, once people do acquire that wealth, how can they keep it? What's the biggest way that you can preserve that?
I say put it in vehicles, and one of the vehicles that I'm familiar with is real estate. So I buy and keep. That's I've been, like I say, I flip as well. So I'm flipping 2 homes right now, but I'm also rehabbing 2 duplexes right now. So I flip for fun, which is still lucrative, but I buy and hold. I put my money in those vehicles because they will only appreciate. Even if the market drops, I have so much equity that I will always have equity in these homes. And they pay their own bills, and I do multifamily. I don't do single. I do have a few single families that I buy really low at like 20 and put 20 grand in, but I mostly do vehicles that will appreciate in our duplexes, quads, triplexes, things like that. So that's my vehicle where I store my money, and to me, it duplicates. I'm not familiar with stocks. That's not my expertise. That's definitely Ross Maconomics. But my vehicle is real estate.
So if you just let us know where we can follow you and just connect with you.
Yes. My name is Khari Blasingame, and you can follow me on Instagram. I'm Call Her Chris, and the Chris is with a K.
I love that.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm so proud of you.
Why was it important for you to be a part of this event? I know you have a relationship.
Sure.
Why was it important?
Sure. I'd say a couple of reasons. One was obviously my relationship with Ross. We met back in 2012 when he was a new joiner to my firm. So that was one piece of it. But the other piece is what the spirit of this conference is all about. Maconomics, demystifying financial investing. Really walking our community through. How they should approach, whether it's the stock market, whether it's real estate, how they should treat, their cash and how to optimize their cash. All of those reasons. To me, I think it starts there because it's all about empowering our folks and really having a room full of people who are intentional about, getting to better. We know the history of our community and why we've historically been in the situations that we've been in, but us taking ownership and trying to figure things out for ourselves, it's just a beautiful thing, and I'm more than willing to invest behind that.
So right now with the younger generation, we are trying to push that generational wealth and kind of give them those tools to start. Yeah. So in your opinion, what would be one of the easiest ways for them to create that generational wealth if they wanted to start now?
Yeah, I think it's a number. Unfortunately, there's no, quote, easy, but I'd say the starting place is having real discipline around spending. I think it does start with spending habits or what have you, and making sure that your dollars are going to things that tend to appreciate in value over time versus depreciate. No, not at all, not at all, not at all. But that is, to me, that is the starting point. And then I think you, once you get to a place where you've accumulated enough savings that if, God forbid, your source of income ended suddenly, you've got time to make the next best decision and you're not desperate because you've run out of cash. So to me, cash is king in that way. And then I like the idea of investing in equities, in stocks. And there are a number of vehicles now that allow you to do that in a very cost-effective way, index funds being a great example of that. The S&P 500 fund gives you access to the 500 top companies in the market, right? So immediate diversification. So once you've done that, and then you get into hard assets like real estate, right? Which there was a great session today on that topic. And then, over time, these things compound. And so the sooner you start, the better, because compound interest, which I know we've all heard about, is probably one of the most powerful phenomenons in human history. So starting early, but it all starts with cash.
Cash is king.
Cash is king.
Cash will always be king. All right, everybody. Robin E. here, back with another guest at the Maconomics Wealth Summit. I'm super excited to have him here. We have Brian Leslie in the building. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. Nice to meet you,
Yes,
Robin.
nice to meet you. I feel like I met you, even though I didn't, but it feels familiar.
All right. Okay, awesome.
So first off, I have to ask, are you enjoying Summertime Shy right now?
Summertime Shy, love it.
Love it.
Love it, yeah,
It's a
for
vibe,
sure.
definitely.
And yeah, my team, we brought them out, some of our folks, this is their first time in the Shy.
Okay.
So it's great to be here in the
Nice.
summertime. Yeah.
Well, we are glad to have you for sure.
I think anywhere or any place you can go to get some information that's going to inspire you to make a difference that's going to be life-changing is a great investment of time. And so I think, shout out to Ross for putting this together. And I think the information, the people, and just the energy and the vibe here, like I said, it's just enough to put you in that place to be inspired to make a difference. Yeah.
So I just want to get your opinion. Right now, generational wealth is a hot topic for the younger group, and we really just want to instill them with tools on how to preserve that. Now, once you get the wealth, how do you continue to grow the wealth? Because that seems to be an issue for a lot of people.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's a great question. And I think the statistics are that usually when money is made in one generation, it's literally lost in the next one. And so I think really most of this can very easily be remedied by having the right guidance. And in many cases, what happens is people try to do this on their own. We are in an information age.
Yeah.
So I find that many people, they kind of, I would say that they kind of go down the pathway of education, and they miss that critical piece of execution. And when you focus on execution, you're doing the work, and you're gonna, you fail fast. Maybe you fail with small amounts of money, and then when you actually see your money start to grow, you know how to actually place it the right way to keep it. But I think when we talk about money staying in generations, it's really about understanding the concept of actually holding on to your assets instead of selling them. Many people feel like in the stock market, the only way to pull their money out is they have to sell their stock. And really sophisticated, seasoned investors know that their dollar can work for them twice at the same time, meaning that you can stay invested and still use that money at the same time. And so many of those concepts, I think, really become crystal clear when you find either a community or a coach or a mentor that can walk you through it. So,
Okay, y'all, we are back here with another speaker today from the Maconomics Wealth Summit. We have Andre here with us. Hello, how are you doing?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming on. Are you enjoying Summertime Shy right now?
Anytime it's summertime in Chicago, we enjoy it. Yeah, always a vibe.
That's what's up. So why are you a part of this event today? What makes this important for you to be here?
I'm a part of the event because I've built the brand on helping people and teaching people in our community on how they can purchase real estate at the lowest cost of entry, and not just any piece of real estate, a condo or a single family home, but multi-unit cash flowing real estate, to whereas you can actually live for free and have your property to take care of you. And I teach them how to do it in a unique way, to whereas they can purchase a property of a multi-unit status with no down payment, no closing costs, no PMI, all of these amazing benefits benefit. It's the lowest interest rate in the country, regardless of your credit score. And I've helped a lot of people, not just in Chicago, but around the country, attain home ownership and kind of, help close that wealth gap that's, so spread out with us and, the others.
Nice. Absolutely. I love that. That's
Yeah.
deep. So right now, generational wealth is really a topic we're trying to push with the next generation and kind of give them those tools so that they can start. In your opinion, what would you feel like would be one of the first steps that they could take to kind of start that generational wealth now?
Education. Anything that you want to learn, anything that you want to do, anything that you want to go into, I suggest that you spend a lot of time educating yourself, becoming a master at it. You know what I mean? A lot of things that we want to do in our communities involve getting wealthy, make a lot of money, etc. But it's not easy to do that, and you have to have a certain level of education, a certain level of know-how, a certain level of skill to get to these certain levels. And if you don't have this level of education, it's going to be really hard for you to get there because you don't have the right blueprint or the proper steps to be able to reach that goal. But when you educate yourself, you also can kind of eliminate the risk that's involved with investing because you're a little bit more knowledgeable about the investments that you're making, and now you're not gambling, you're taking more of a calculated risk, which can reap very, very high rewards.
Here, and I am back with another speaker that was on the panelist today. Y'all, they've been dropping a lot of knowledge. I have Khari here with me in the building today. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Yes, thank you for coming. Thank
Appreciate
you for stopping
that.
by.
Appreciate that.
So for one, are you from the city?
No, I'm from Huntsville, Alabama.
Alabama?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you liking Chicago?
I love Chicago. It's cool. A lot of great restaurants. Summertime's dope.
Summertime show.
So I play for the Bears, so I love the fans here.
Yes.
It's dope. I like it.
Nice. So I have to know for you, why is it important to be a part of something like this?
Just because education is really the point where everybody starts, right? Till you know better, you can't do better, right? So the fact that Ross is putting this together and trying to teach everybody about financial literacy and the stock market, real estate, running the business, it's a no-brainer to be a part of something like this.
Absolutely. I love that. And generational wealth, that's definitely a term that we're hearing a lot more right now. It's a common theme. And when we're speaking about that, not only do we want to obtain it, but we want to figure out ways to preserve it and keep it. So just your opinion, what are some ways that people can preserve their wealth once they've obtained it?
The stock market, but before that, you gotta have the basics down. You gotta know your numbers, know what you're spending, know how much, cash you got left over at the end of the month, have a budget. But after that, you want to invest in things for the long term, invest in the stock market overall, S&P 500. It's one of the best growers of wealth over time. If you look at the last 50 to 100 years, equities have outperformed every other market. So I think for the average American, W-2 earner, take a portion of that money, put it into the stock market, and have enough time, let it grow, and that money will outpace inflation.
And I am so excited. I got the giants in the building, y'all. Earn Your Leisure is here. First off, thank you guys so much for coming and just giving your expertise for sure. Now, I saw y'all at the all-white party.
Yeah.
Y'all had a good time in the city?
Definitely had a good time, and as you can see, we're ready for another one. So if anybody's looking to invite us, we are dressed for the part.
Definitely. You got it on today. You ready for part two?
He's too. Yeah, just in case. We always stay ready. That way we never have to get ready. Yeah, I mean, generational, it starts with this generation, right? A lot of us, we're first generation to the country, but most of us, especially in our generation, are first to coming into any type of wealth that can be passed down. So I think education around it, understanding estate planning and how that works, understanding trust and how that works, but we're creating education and language around sustainable wealth. I think that's the most important thing, right? It's one thing for us to obtain it, but how do we give it to the next generation? Because we've seen, even with people who've had wealth, by the time it reaches the third generation, it kind of disparages. So we have to make sure once we get it, we have systems in place and we have education and language around it that make sure that it lasts for much longer.
All right, y'all. So y'all were here first. The Maconomics Wealth Summit was super lit. It's so much knowledge, my brain hurt a little bit, but I'm gonna digest it. We had some amazing interviews, some amazing tips that came out, and Jeremiah hit the stage. If y'all wasn't here, I don't know, you just missed out. Make sure you tap in for Pillow Talk Podcast to see the full recap, and come next year, because what was y'all doing anyway? Y'all know y'all broke.